Hey everyone, it's Amber here and I am one of the sisters from the Gardening Sisters. So today I am outside. I'm going to be pretty much showing you guys a garden tour of my container garden in the back. I'm going to show you guys my sister's in-ground garden that we're still working on, but she still has some stuff started off here. And I'm also going to go to the front of the house and also show you guys some things that are going on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip this over, show you guys my container gardens, which basically consist of dahlias right now, and then I will show you guys the rest. All right, so here is a overview right now. I kind of just created this. It was kind of like a lower hoop, kind of like a hoop house at first, but this is what the entire thing looks like now. So I have quite a bit of stuff going on here. You guys can see right there, I have some smaller pots. These are all of my marigolds, and then the larger containers are all consistent of dahlias. So just starting from left to right, this dahlia here, I believe this one is Great Silence. I have all of them labeled. That's actually, so you can see it here, and I went ahead and put the cage on it as it continues to grow. This is actually a hydrangea. This is a peony that I got from Home Depot that out of all of the ones I planted doesn't look like it's doing too well, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with that one yet. I have a peony fascination dahlia here, and then this dahlia here, this is one of my border dahlias, and I planted most of these around the same time, but you guys can see here that this one actually is starting to get some buds on it. And this is not one of the ones that you have to stake. They don't get that tall. So I believe it's like a reddish color, but you can see here I have 1, 2, 3. So that is that one. I'm going to actually come back and do a dahlia tour once all of these starts to bloom anyways. So you guys will get to see that then. This one, that one, and that one, these are actually some that I planted probably about 2 weeks ago. This one is Tutti Frutti, and you guys can see that the bud is just now starting to come out of the soil. This blue one is going to be Cafe au Lait, and then I think this one here is called Caramel Chocolate. These two were actually free. So I actually purchased the Tutti Frutti during a dahlia sale, and then they sent me these two for free. So that was really nice of them. I think they were called Piece of Heaven Garden. This one here is a dahlia that I actually picked up from Walmart, and you can see I actually, I think about 2 weeks ago, I went ahead and clipped a few of these so that they could branch. This is another peony fascination, which was getting eaten up by a caterpillar. I ended up finding the caterpillar and getting rid of it, so that's why it has so many of these holes in it. So I'm hoping that it can bounce back. And then these two are Cactus Karma. So I'm not too sure. I think this one kind of got a little bit leggy because we had a couple of weeks of nothing but rain, which is why you see these tarps here, because I just basically use that and I bring the tarp over. So that's what that whole setup is. But this Cactus Karma looks pretty good. And I wanted to tell you guys that I made a very big, huge garden mistake. I actually forgot to just spot test a new spray that I was trying to use to keep things like caterpillars away, and I actually kind of burned some of the leaves. So you can kind of see some of them I've already kind of clipped off, and thankfully these dahlias are still putting on new leaves, so they may be okay, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I did do that. Then down here we have some marigolds that are coming in nicely. We're mostly growing these. I like marigolds just for the aesthetic, but I'm growing a lot of them this year for my sister because she has a garden, vegetable garden that she's trying to start. So they usually deter a lot of things out of my flower garden, so we're going to try them there as well. All right, so next up here I have 2 potted elephant ears. I love elephant ears. I have one right now that is unfurlowing, and this is what this one looks like. We have these right in front of the gazebo, and then we come right over here and we have another one. This one is getting off to a little bit of a slower start, but nonetheless they are still coming in. All right, so this is where the vegetable garden is going to be starting here. We are still working on this. We're still working on building it up and kind of trying to figure out exactly what we're going to do here. But right now, my sister does have a banana tree planted right here. She has a cucumber right here, and all of these have been recently fertilized. So hopefully some color will start to come back into our cucumber. It wasn't this bright before, but she did just recently fertilize them. And then we have this row here of tomatoes. And last year she was able to successfully get tomatoes to grow, and she also had a cucumber that she was able to get something off of it. So right now, again, we're still kind of in the beginning stages of this, but this is going to be developed, and as it develops, we will keep you guys updated. All right, this is going to be the last clip before we go to the front of the yard. So here we have a fig tree that my sister recently purchased, and she's been trying to start off a few avocados just from avocado seeds that we've purchased from the store. So that is avocado there. Again, this fig tree. And then lastly, I've already uploaded a video of you guys to show you guys how I start off my tuberous begonias. So this is what they are looking like now. If you happen to have already saw that first video, I do have to say I think one of these are actually starting to get a bloom on it, and it is this one right here, because that doesn't look like these leaves the way they came in. So if you want to see what the varieties and everything are, you can go back and watch that video of how I start them. I'm not going to go over that today just because I don't want this video to be too long. I do have to say that I am going to have to pull this one. It rained one day when I wasn't here, and I didn't get out of here fast enough to get these out of the rain. If you don't know, these do not like to have wet feet for too long, and I was not fast enough to come and get this one out. So it is rotting. I pulled back the soil yesterday, and I saw that the actual corm had gotten pretty mushy. So after this video, I'm going to go ahead and pull that, but this is the last of what I have going back here. All right, so we've made it to the front. I'm just showing you guys this right here. I know you're probably like, there's nothing there. Yeah, right now there's nothing there, but a few of those pots that you guys saw the dahlias in the back, they're actually going to line this wall and maybe even line a little bit of this wall once they actually start to bloom. So right now I have potted up a hibiscus. You guys can see the beautiful blooms that are getting ready to come out on them, and you can also see the new ones. These are one of my favorite to have in the garden. And then I also love my periwinkles, and just take a look at how cute this pot is. I picked those up from Lowe's. So these are so much bigger than when I first planted them, and these tend to hop all around the garden. These are also called vincas. I just call them periwinkles because that is another name, but you may, if you are interested in these, they are labeled vincas at the store. So those are the two pots I have right now. And now a look at the garden. Not much going on, but a little. So right here, I just recently transplanted a few more varieties of sunflowers. You guys can see that I have sunflowers that are getting bigger here. I also have sunflowers basically kind of going along the border. And this is also a first look at the extension that we have done. So you guys can see it's much wider than it was before, and it is also bricked in. So I have a peony here. There's a peony. These are all sunflowers, as I just showed you guys. And I hope I'm not moving this too much. There's another peony right here. Here is a peony that looks like toast right now, but I'm just gonna leave it. I have more elephant ears that are in the ground. A few marigolds. This dahlia right here is actually the same dahlia that is in the backyard that has buds on it. This one hasn't budded yet, but it also came up a lot later. This is another great silence dahlia. And you can also see kind of, again, some of those burn areas. There's a periwinkle, a caladium. there is another dahlia. I think this is a pink rose dahlia. That's a dinner plate. This is a emery paw dahlia. I call this a velvet. I'm not really too sure what this is called, but that's what I like to call it. And again, my sunflowers. And some of these sunflowers actually have blooms, guys, or buds that are getting ready to bloom. Another sunflower, another dahlia, marigold. This is a white dinner plate dahlia. There is a caladium. I think this is my ring of fire sunflower. Another dahlia, another peony. I have quite a few of the same things out here, but just different varieties. Here's a zinnia, and I also have some zinnias that I'm starting there. I'm not sure what this is. I just saw it at Home Depot one day. I thought it was cute, so I picked it up. A periwinkle that's again gonna jump all over the garden. And that's pretty much it. I have my yellow hibiscus with red centers, peony, sunflower, and another peony. All right, I forgot my sister's actually starting some stuff in the window. So I am not sure exactly what all of this is, but I do believe she has some cucumbers starting. I know she has some peppers. I believe these are peppers. These may be cucumbers, but she has some melons. I think this is watermelon that's starting off right now. So I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys that. All right, so that is it for today's garden tour. I'm going to be showing you guys obviously updates as everything begins to bloom. I'm also going to do a separate dahlia tour video as well. So if you guys did like this, please do give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you have any tips, please leave them down in the comment section, because we do love to learn, and we're just here, you know, trying out different stuff, learning as we go. So thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.